The 1924 Paris Olympics. Rugby was a huge attraction, drawing more spectators than track and field. And defending their title from 4 years previously was a young and brilliant United States side. The team hailed from rugby-mad California, where the game at the beginning of the century had overtaken the more nationally played gridiron.
In 1906, many educators and sports leaders were becoming very concerned that there were terrible injuries with gridiron football, and even President Roosevelt made statements to the press about his concern for football. And many California universities, colleges, and high schools turned to rugby and disbanded their football programs.
Rugby was high profile, with huge crowds of over 20,000 attending college games, and this attracted some of the sport's biggest teams to the United States and to California in particular.
During that period, 1906 to 1913, top international tours came to California on several occasions, including the New Zealand All Blacks, the Australian Wallabies, and the Australian Waratahs. So I think that sort of brought up a little bit of interest again.
The USA claimed the Olympic title in 1920, defeating France in front of the second largest crowd of the Games. Colby Slater starred in that team and 4 years later skippered his country to glory in Paris. His daughter Marilyn recalls his modesty.
He mentioned them and had lifelong friends that visited, and so you picked up snippets, but he never talked about, he talked about events that went on, especially in the 1924 Olympic game with the French, which must have been very exciting and bruising, truly bruising, because the fans got a little bit rough with them, and rough with the American fans, I guess. There was lots of bloody noses.
The 1924 final was indeed a brutal affair, with the home fans baying for revenge for defeat in Antwerp. French hero Adolphe Jogerie, considered the best player in the world, was carried off unconscious after one clash. Pandemonium erupted, but the young Americans held on for a famous victory in what was to become the last Olympic rugby match ever played.
I believe that not many people, either nationally or internationally, know that the USA is the last gold medal winning rugby team.
Despite the huge popularity of rugby, the IOC wanted to include more individual sports, and rugby was voted out of the Olympics for the next Games in Amsterdam, so the US remain the Olympic champions to this day.